This is a Gato Consulting production. Strategy for Action. Action Plan.
Before showing how to build the action plan, let me do a quick recap of how we got here. We started this series searching for the best opportunities. This was not your typical one shot SWOT brainstorming session. I promised no stones unturned. So we went on a journey covering the 23 plus steps that the Strategy for Action framework uses to scan the market and your company for opportunities. Because you don't have to be a visionary or lucky to find the right opportunities. You can get there by using the right methods and hard work. In the same diligent way, we then went on strategizing and preparing action. This was about quality strategy work. That's why the examples throughout this series are not of companies led by CEOs particularly known for being visionaries. From A.G. Lafley to Lisa Su, they all relied, as you saw, on tough strategic work, using basically the same methods proposed by Strategy for Action. So now, how do we put your strategy to action? You might have noticed throughout the last 6 videos, each time we went through each step, there were repeated calls for actionable suggestions. And I will show you on this video how to put it all into a master action plan. And for that, we will use the best found practices in project management and strategy execution. Let's go through those practices.
Let's start with best practices considerations on organization. Delegate authority, namely to project managers, but drive and control this from the top. The CEO must be deeply involved. Project members and project managers act cross-functionally, so make sure you clarify their authority in terms of scope, budget, timing, and shared resources, namely people. Executives in the different departments must work with the assumption they have to share resources and support the implementation. Don't forget, project managers typically know a lot about the organization, know how to get things done, and more importantly, need to be able to understand and explain the how and the why to people across organizational boundaries that they need to influence and obtain collaboration from. Our framework strongly suggests that key project managers be a part of the strategy team from the very beginning. Back to organization, horizontal strategy is as important as organizational alignment. Roll up your sleeves. The CEO and top management must actively manage collaboration as part of their regular jobs, making sure one area's core competencies and other available resources, namely knowledge, can be made available to others. And, of course, our framework has tools and processes for all of these recommendations. Communication is paramount. Make sure information about the competitive environment flows quickly from the field to headquarters and that corporate feeds everyone with what they need to know as well. We've said it before, but bears repeating. You must actively ensure communication, trust, and collaboration across organizational boundaries and between executives and project managers. More importantly, communication is not about preaching, but explaining, listening, and obtaining understanding. And we have that covered too. Now you have a strategy and resources are aligned and accounted for in the financial projections that you like and seem feasible. It's time to put together an action plan. Well, we ended the strategy part by listing several initiatives. Then we started adding detail, smaller projects and tasks. And probably, as we were doing the financials, we saw some missing links and the need to include additional projects and tasks. On the other hand, maybe some projects or tasks were seen as not fitting or incompatible. Perhaps some initiatives had to be let go. Maybe because funding wasn't secured. They were lower in terms of ROI and or might have had more of a long-term scope and hence being able to be revisited at a later time. We are now going to build a Gantt chart. We will first list and organize initiatives, tasks, and projects in a natural chronological order or in sub-projects. It's also likely that major initiatives might need to be managed as its own project, and you may end up with a Gantt of Gantt. All projects are characterized by three elements: scope, time, and cost. They must all be defined. Make sure you identify the scope clearly and what it means to achieve the required quality with SMART goals. In a strategic project, the scope is the key element. Next, let's look at each activity with a magnifying lens. And as we zoom into details, We'll break down the work and add more granularity as appropriate, usually enough to help estimate or validate costs. More importantly, we will add who owns it, the time each activity is likely to last, and the activities that must happen before or simultaneously, if applicable. It's also likely that, as you do the plan, you may find out that some initiatives take too long or might require more resources to be achieved faster. And yes, you may have to review your financials and long-term goals slightly. This is somewhat interactive. But soon enough, you will have a Gantt chart that is an actual action plan. We will highlight the critical path, and let's not forget to add some major milestones. Milestones that people can remember and embrace, like when a major initiative is supposed to be completed. So, does it sound like a plan to you? A real one? That's because it is. Jane Fraser became Citi CEO in 2021. She has a long experience in strategy, including being a partner at McKinsey & Company. Let's see excerpts of her presentation at Citi's Analyst Day 2022. Her strategy work permeates the presentation, and she talks a lot about execution and action.
When I became CEO, I committed to acting with urgency. As you know, we've worked hard on our strategy over the last year. Our vision is to be the preeminent banking partner for institutions with cross-border needs, a global leader in wealth management, and a valued personal bank in our home market. With global at our core, we built from there, with an emphasis on businesses that benefit from being connected to each other. I've brought more of our business leaders around my table, so they're involved in running the whole firm and not just a slice of it. They believe in our vision because they're excited to be part of this team and because we're on a mission and they want to be part of it. I'm confident the plan in front of you is one we can deliver against. Now, we've turned our focus to execution. We're hard at work, building a modern, simpler, and more efficient bank. We're executing against a focused strategy. We're modernizing and simplifying our operations, and we're creating a culture of urgency and accountability. But I'm well aware that getting to the point when our businesses and our firm are delivering to our full potential is going to take a lot of hard work and perseverance. Our path in these early days isn't going to be a linear one. Our transformation is a significant undertaking, and it's one that requires meaningful resources and investment. The shifts in our business mix will take time to show results. We're being very deliberate about how we're scoping, prioritizing, and pacing our work so we can execute it well and swiftly. Our maniacal focus right now is on getting to these medium-term targets and building credibility with you along the way, systematically, step by step. I firmly believe in this team's ability to deliver what is needed to get this done.
I've picked this example for one reason. It has not proven to be successful yet. In fact, Citi's market cap has only declined since Jane Fraser came on board. But I'm reminded of our other examples. Microsoft, AMD, Honeywell, they all took a couple of years before convincing investors. And Jane Fraser said herself, Citi will go through 2 or 3 years of poor results. I'm also reminded she's a straight shooter and has the past of driving action. And while she has never been a CEO of such a large organization, I appreciate her strategy and execution preparation work. And I think it will be successful. So I'm taking this leap of faith of sorts by presenting it to you, because these are the same methods proposed by Strategy for Action. You will also have to take a leap of faith, because no matter how good you think your plans are, you can never be sure they will succeed. But after such a great work of analysis, strategy, and execution preparation, just go for it. You have put your best foot forward. You must start execution.
A couple of final notes. As Mike Tyson once famously said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Well, no Gantt chart survives unscathed the contact with reality. Do you think we'll get this right from the onset? I'm not that good, but with your help, we get better odds of having a good base plan. And with the right communication, calibration, and a flexible attitude, we can always adapt. Namely, because we will also create a risk assessment and mitigation plan. As to the strategy, you must persevere. With the quality and amount of work done so far, there should be no second guessing on strategic decisions. And the punch? It hurts for a while, but the pain lasts much less than the scope of your strategy. Nonetheless, a strategic plan does not last forever, and best companies do review it annually. And now, you have a framework, this framework, to help you do it. But you must persevere. Number 2, the CEO must own this project, bring commitment, focus, and leadership over it, even if a close number 2 in the company is presiding over the project itself. But the CEO must create a sense of urgency in setting the strategy and putting it to work. Number 3, control this at least every other week in a steering committee. Finally, each time you achieve a milestone, don't forget to celebrate and recognize people's efforts in a way that is meaningful to them. You have done your work. You now have a strategy and a plan. Go for it. You will achieve your goals.
And that's how I will help you from strategy to action. Hi there, Luis Gatto again. I hope you enjoyed those videos and thank you for making it this far. If you think you might need help with a program like this, or really any of those steps needed in between, please do contact me on the email to your left. Thank you for watching.
Before we go, a reminder to go to the Toolset page of our website. It has all the tools that support this video and will allow you to implement the framework. www.strategyforaction.com/toolset. This is a Gatto Consulting production. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. There are plenty of new videos coming up.